back with another episode, a new season of the Feel Free podcast. It is a new season, a new year, and that's not all what's new. Yep, we are filming this for YouTube for the very first time, so if you want to watch it, head over to YouTube and don't forget to like, subscribe and get talking in the comments so that we can interact with you.
Yes.
If you're listening in audio, please give us a nice review and rate us 5 stars, please.
Yes, subscribe.
But with it being New Year, we thought what better way to kick off the season with talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, we all make them every year. We make them. Do we stick to them? That's up to each individual person. But this year, I'm going to try and stick to mine. Yep. So, new year, new goals.
What is your opinion personally on New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I feel like people always make the same ones. Healthier, drink more water, fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're good for like any day to have. But I feel like if you're making a New Year's resolution, it's something that should be realistic as well. Not saying that's not realistic, but it should be, and have that aim.
Mm-hmm.
That I've heard so many people making New Year's resolutions lately, and they have different ways of doing it. Like there was Tracy, who's been on, had said about a word, which I've never heard before, which was, I thought, a brilliant idea, was choosing a word, and for that year it would be like, so it could be laughter, so having more laughs, I guess, which I thought was a good idea, just having a word. But for me, mine's is set goals.
Yeah. I used to, I went through a kind of love-hate relationship with New Year's resolutions. So when I was younger, I'd done them, but I'd done like the typical ones.
Yeah.
Because I thought you have to do a New Year's resolution, so I would do like the typical, like not eating chocolate, going to the gym, that kind of thing.
Not eating chocolate.
But like I never stuck to it because it was never anything that meant anything to me. I just done it for the sake of it. So then after then, I kind of rebelled against it and I thought resolutions is a load of crap, and I never didn't do them for ages. And it's only been recently, in recent years, that I started again. What I do like about New Year's resolutions is the whole getting to the end of the year and reflecting back throughout the year.
See, that's what I do, and it can be quite emotional because you look at the year that you've had, and you're going to have your ups and downs no matter the year. But that's one thing I always do at New Year is look back, and it's not always the easiest. Like this year and last year has been hard because we've had loss in the family. But I also, you're grateful for having the year that you've had, even though it's been hard, but like just having that life. I feel like when you do have the bad things, it makes you more grateful.
Yeah.
You have that
and
gratitude.
there's always kind of lessons in there as well, or something that you learned about yourself going through
and the
some hard
growth,
things.
it's the process of the growth. Like, what have you done from that year? And for me, it was quite a bit of growth, like with us doing like a Reiki and meditation, and then this, like, this is a big thing. Like, this being on camera is such a big thing for me, and it actually feels okay.
It does. See, once you actually sit in front of the camera, I remember the first time me sitting down, and it takes a wee bit. Once you start, you just kind of forget that it's there.
And it was hard even just recording on the mics, and then you're listening to yourself back, and sometimes I'm like, stop repeating the same words, like,
but then
be louder, like,
that.
Yeah.
I quite like so when it gets to the end of the year and think, what do I want to leave in that year, and what do I not want to take, and then what am I going to take, and then what for this new year am I going to, what do I want to change? You know, that last year I didn't particularly, I worked too much and I didn't really go out and enjoy, like, I didn't take those opportunities, so I want to try and take those opportunities. In fact, it's something I've done for years, as I've just been too busy, like whether it be on my days off, I'm sat on the laptop, I'm always on the go, so
that's like
take those opportunities.
Always doing something. Alan says that at home all the time, like, why can you not sit down?
You forget
I don't know, I just
enjoy the
always
moment.
find something to do, and I'm quite creative, so I do always, like, it's either decorating or it's just doing something, but I don't know. But I did take time over the holidays to stop.
Yeah, that's the first time I've proper stopped, and from that, that's what I've taken with me, is I need more of that. Because if you want to do well in work or whatever else it is, you do need that rest to be able to recharge and come back and be like, right, okay, I can.
Especially mentally, I think you need that rest just to stop, just to not think too much.
Definitely. I have like something I just need to talk about, right? Because this is something that's kind of annoying me. So, New Year, 1st of January, New Year's Day. I don't understand this because naturally New Year should start in spring. So I feel that everybody do their New Year and they're ready for the New Year, and then they hit this kind of low.
You do have that, but you kind of be like, right, okay,
and you hit this low and you're like, the weather's crap still, and you're like, well, of course it is, we're just actually going into the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Like, we've still got 2 months of the rubbish part of the year, the winter part, to go through.
Maybe not rubbish, because we are lucky compared to some countries. I just wish our country was a bit more prepared when it came to
the
weather. Yeah.
But you have all that to go through, so you feel like you're ready to go, and then you're just like, oh well, I need to wait till spring before I'm really going to feel that kind of motivation or wanting to go and do things. So I feel we need to change New Year. We have to change it to the 1st of March or whenever springtime really officially starts here, which would probably be April.
Yeah, we'll need to do it. We're going to start a petition. New Year should be in April. It should be spring. It should be like, when new life is formed.
Well, that's it. And the thing is, I feel like during January and February, you would kind of have the new year then to look forward to.
Yeah.
Whereas the new year's been, and you're just kind of sitting in limbo waiting for the good weather to start and to feel that kind of lease of new life.
It's the darkness. It takes out you, that whole
your
dark
motivation.
In the morning,
you're ready
cold.
to go motivated for the new year, and then it's just darkness. And it's not helping.
No, but I had actually seen something about New Year and about the months, and it was years ago, like hundreds of thousands of years ago, it would always be they said it used to be 13 months rather than 12. It was meant to be like so many days within a month. And that's why, and that's how those 13 constellations or star signs. It's quite interesting, and that's what it was. It was like, I'm sure it was Mayans, and they said that it was meant to be 13 months and 26 days, something like that. And the new year was April, because that was like new life. I'm sure it was March, April. That was the new life. I know, it's quite interesting. Like, how has it changed?
Why did they change it? I feel like they had it right in the first place.
I do think if they're realistic, have your New Year's resolutions. And it's not just having them, I feel like you need to plan for them a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like people shouldn't feel pressured either to do New Year's resolutions, because do we need to do them? No, it's a nice thing to do if that's what you want to do, but it is goal setting. And the majority of people do that throughout the year, so, and some people say I don't need like New Year to tell me that I have to set a goal in place. It's something I should be doing through the year, and that's totally fine. I do goal setting throughout the year, but I quite like the New Year's one just to kind of reflect back in the year of like my personal
and
growth
how far
and what I want to change for this year. So I quite like that part of it.
Yeah, no pressure, and it does not make you, don't like that word, a failure if you don't stick to it. Things happen.
I think that's why you have to choose things that are, close to you, things that you really want to do, personal things, because if you're just picking anything for the sake of it because that's what everybody else chooses, you're not going to stick to it because it doesn't really matter to you.
No.
Whereas you need something that matters and something that you're actually going to gain something from, then it's going to kind of push you to do it because it's what you want.
Yeah. Do you have any goals?
I'm just about to ask you that. I do actually. This year I want to try and make sure I take proper time off. I've took time off before, but I always end up working, and
I was
my head's always on the go.
Taking time off but enjoying it.
Yeah, actually
not taking it to do
taking
something
time off
else.
in my head, because that time there, that was the first time Andrew said that he'd see me proper take time off, and even my mum said, you literally just look like so much more relaxed, and it's been a long time since they've seen me like that. And I've obviously took time off. I've took like a week off here and there, but I've not actually ever really switched off from it. Whereas this time I made sure, so I want to try and do that, and I want to make sure that I'm making more time for like my friends, people who are closest to me, and actually going out and doing things.
That's what I had got from last year. Obviously when we lost Alan's dad, you look back and you regret how much time you've spent with that person, like the memories that you've made, and that's one thing that I've took from this year is to try and make those memories with people, because you don't know how like horrible that sounds, you don't know how long you've got with loved ones.
No, and then there's also this saying that you're only ever going to be as young as you are today.
Yeah.
You're never going to be younger than you are in this moment right now.
And time
ticks. Kind of like seizing that moment.
Before we can't do stuff.
And when I look back, like my 20s, I was working all the time, every day of the week, and I wasn't doing anything because I was working all the time. There wasn't any space for it, and I kind of, not that I regret working, but I do regret not making the time to do things.
Yeah, it's the same. When I think back to my 20s, I was still a mum, obviously, but I was a mum since I've been 20, and then having 2 kids, studying, working, and it's just repetitive, and you're like, where is time gone? Like, I can't get away with my boy will be 13 in February. Like, I don't feel old enough, and people say I don't look old enough to have a 13-year-old, and it's like, where has that time gone? Like, what have you done in that time? It's crazy. It really is.
What is your New Year's resolutions?
I have your typical ones, which I have started to do, is drink more water. I'm really bad at that.
Do you know what I really need to do? I used to be brilliant at that, and I don't know what happened to me in the past couple of years.
And you feel a difference when you do drink more water, drink less juice, which was bad. And the whole fitness things, which I said from last year, which I've been doing anyways, yoga. I've been to swimming. That's one thing I've done with the kids, and I want to continue to do with them so that they start to see that healthier outset, because it's not just for me, like they'll learn from me, so if they see us making these healthier changes, then that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, totally.
And I think ever since AJ had said about one of his New Year's resolutions, that he wants to lose weight, at 12-year-old he shouldn't be saying stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with him, he's not overweight, but to say that's it's hard, because I'm like, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that, because I don't say that. Like, I try to keep things positive. I don't bring myself down in front of them, because I don't want them to learn that behaviour. But from him saying that, and I was like, you're 12, you shouldn't have New Year's resolutions, and I was trying to change it. So as a family, we have put down ideas, and we're going to take, a client actually told me, get a jar and have coloured sticks, and then each colour is a category, so it could be green for outdoors, it could be red for indoors activities, it could be blue for food, and have different places or different things that you want to do, and each month that's what we're going to do.
That's
is take one
idea.
of them out so that we are all going out and doing stuff, because I feel like months can go past, weeks can go past, and it's like, what have you done in that time? So it's just taking time out, taking time off, like technology as well, because that's a big thing, and switching off and just doing something, just us. That's a really a main one for like as a family. Yeah,
and it's a good one.
Yeah, something different.
We want to know if you're making any New Year's resolutions, we want to know. So if you are watching us on YouTube, leave us a comment down below, let us know. I like to see these things.
And sometimes it can give you ideas. And one thing that we said last year that I am still out to do this year is try the cold water therapy. Before the year's out.
I want to do more charity work as well this
Yeah, you
year.
said that. I've been building up to it, like in the bath or in the shower. I've been switching to cold.
I've done that a few times. I've like switched the shower to cold. Do you know what? See, when you come out though the shower, you're not as cold. Let's say if you come out of a warm shower and you get that kind of.
It's probably the room as well. Being middle of winter. No, so that's one for the years out, and definitely charity work. I'm up for helping for that.
What's your thoughts on goal setting? Do you do a lot of goal setting throughout the year?
I have to-do lists. I have to-do lists. I don't know. Goals, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel like I set a lot of goals throughout the year. It's probably, but I don't really set any for myself, like personally. It's always work related.
Yeah.
Which I feel actually when I say it out loud, I'm like, that's quite sad.
And we've just spoke about how doing lists, you're switching off. See, that might help you though. See, from having that time off with the holidays, it might actually help you for this year to get the goals, because you've had that time, you've understood how much you actually needed that. So when you do have time off, I think you will stop and do nothing.
Yeah.
I think you need a wee trip away. Doesn't have to be sunny away.
Oh, I feel like it does. I feel like it needs to be really sunny. It's been ages since I've been away. Bear is currently here with us while we're recording, and we are shocked that he's out for the count.
Yeah.
Fast asleep. We just looked over there at him. He was not like that earlier, was he not?
No, we had a light fall and everything.
But luckily it all got a bit too much from him and he fell asleep.
Can I go?
What else have you got?
What else? The idea jar. To be more productive. In the sense of, I know I said that I'm quite busy, but sometimes you can find yourself, you have things that you should be doing, and then I find myself scrolling through my phone, and yeah, so I've been trying to put that aside a lot.
One of my biggest things from like goal setting that I've done throughout the year is to learn to delegate more, because I usually, like, I don't know how many times people are like, you know, if you need any help just let us know, and I just kind of tend to do everything myself, and I don't know if it's a control thing.
Yeah, and there's a way that you like it done,
and then I don't want to like annoy anybody either, but I also then when I start and I've thought about it, that's how sometimes I have some things, because then things get done faster if you have more hands to do it, and if other things people can do and you can then focus on the things that nobody else can actually do and it's only you that can do, so it's actually more effective. But then it's taken me a long time to actually get to that point. But
people don't offer to help if they didn't want to. If they didn't want to help, you wouldn't offer.
But I think that is a thing that a lot of people who have like businesses or work for themselves tend to actually experience, is they find it difficult to then like loosen the reins and get other people to do certain things, because you're that used to doing everything. But actually what you're doing is you're holding yourself back by doing that.
Yeah, and then because you've got so much work, it's just going to pile up even more.
And I guess you could do that even in the house.
Yeah.
Like, you do everything in your household, but if you were to spread that out from everybody else.
To be fair, Alan's getting a bit better at that. Not as good, but a bit better. Because
then that frees up more time for you to still have time together.
Yeah. Yes. Share the work.
Share the workload. So, for this season, what can people expect?
For this season?
I know this is one that we did not plan, but I just decided to fling that in there.
Well, this season, hi.
I feel like for this season we're going to have more guests.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about more topics, start conversations.
And what do you want to...
Yeah, and that is the good thing
Uh-huh.
about being on YouTube. You can literally comment down below at stuff that you want to see.
Yeah.
Stuff that you want us to talk about. We're here. We're all ears.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah.
Get your topics in.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love that involvement.
Or MD that you would like us to interview.
Yeah, that's... We can get on.
Yeah, I mean, there's limitations.
Don't be going, yeah. One day... People, big people, celebs, you never know. Make them on. Who knows?
So, with that said, I think we'll just end this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, nice short and sweet one to start us back in the new year with this new season. And thanks for listening to the Feel Free podcast. We are so excited for the episodes to come this year. And don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram, and make sure you're following us in wherever it is you're listening, or if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff.
Yes.
Help your girls out.
Please get involved.
Please. And I think that's us.
Yeah, thank you again for listening. Feel free to tune in again. Thank you.